Today on Pro Church Daily, we're talking about 5 unusual social media templates for churches.
Well, hey there, and welcome to Pro Church Daily, the show where in 10 minutes or less you'll get a daily dose of tips and tactics to help your church share the message of Jesus while we try and navigate this biggest communication shift that we've seen in the last 500 years. I'm your host, Alex Mills, joined as always by the boss man, it's Brady Shearer, and today we're talking about 5 unusual social media templates for churches.
When Facebook introduced the new algorithm in 2018, Zuckerberg came out and said, the baseline for what we're doing on social media should be, and I quote, meaningful interaction.
Yeah.
That is what you need to aim for with your church's social media profiles if you want to see success and engagement and attention. And on episode number 125 of Pro Church Daily, we introduced this 3-step funnel for predictable church growth. And the first step in that funnel was attention. And what we're going to do in this episode of Pro Church Daily is present you with 5 social media templates that are completely unlike anything that you'll see most churches publishing. But they are specifically engineered to capture attention and then translate that attention into engagement, which is the second step in that 3-step funnel for predictable church growth. You need to really focus on those first 2 levels with social media. Social media isn't particularly optimized for converting into next steps, but it is fantastic. Probably the best platform you have as a church for gaining attention and engagement, especially when it comes to digital.
Right.
So let's talk about these 5 unusual social media templates. Number 1, the day of the year. And an example for this would be National Donut Day.
Right. On
the day that this episode of Pro Church Daily is published, June 7th, I believe. Today is National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. And so you can do a post that's relevant to that day. So let's say it was National Donut Day. You could post, 4 different donuts and say, what's your favorite donut? And nobody would not want to respond to that because the clear answer is...
My favorite donut?
Yeah, your favorite donut.
Oh, I can't even...
This is the problem with gourmet donuts. Because
exactly.
Now, like traditional donuts.
We had donuts in the office last week, and my favorite was the strawberry rhubarb fritter.
That's the one that I got.
Yeah.
The strawberry rhubarb anything is the best.
I know, so good.
My approach to gourmet donuts is take a bite out of every single one of them and let others just
do that all the
deal
time.
with it.
You did that at a party once.
I was just about to say that I bought the donuts, so I can do what I want, but that's true. We went to a party.
You're just over there just like taking one bite of the donuts and putting them back. I'm like, that's just what he does. Don't worry about it.
See, and what's happening right now was all spurred by that simple question of what's your favorite donut. The same thing can happen on social. A lot of these examples are what seemingly glib, seemingly non-spiritual, but they spur conversation and meaningful interaction. The same type of interaction that would happen in a small group at your church. The same type of interaction that would happen in your church office between staff. This is real life. We're humans. We love talking about these fun things.
So if today's National Chocolate Ice Cream Day, how do I find out what tomorrow is or the next day?
Yeah, there's a great website for this called daysoftheyear.com, and not every day is going to have everything great. Some days it's going to be like National Sewing Day, and that probably doesn't apply to most people in my church. Maybe it does, and then you can go for that. But some days are just going to be so perfect that you can run with it.
Yeah, you see a lot of churches take advantage of like National Coffee Day, National Pie Day this year, which I believe was like the number pie, not like the dessert pie.
Oh, that's a classic, yeah.
But then Blaze Pizza took advantage of that and said for National Pie Day, we'll turn into National Pizza Pie Day, and every pizza, $3.14.
The best pie? All pies.
Right. Yeah, you're not wrong.
If I had to choose one, strawberry rhubarb.
Yes.
Back again.
Yes.
Social media template number 2 that is unusual, we call this one the Elimination Game. So choose one, and that one thing has to be gone forever. We've done this example before. Steak, ribs, fried chicken, or shrimp.
We all know the answer is ribs.
The correct answer is ribs. Yeah. Also acceptable fried chicken, but ribs is the right answer. Yeah. Here's another example. You got to choose one, gone forever. Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Marvel, or James Bond.
Okay, so you and I haven't talked about this. I had some time in pre-prep to decide which one I was going to get rid of. It was hard, but I had to get rid of Lord of the Rings.
What?
Yeah.
The correct answer is James Bond.
Whoa.
Ryland is agreeing with me. The correct answer is James Bond.
That's surprising. I just felt like Bond has there's so many more films and spans so many more generations that it was more like transcendent than Lord of the Rings.
You just murdered J.R.R. Tolkien, so I hope you're proud of yourself. Which may have also hurt Narnia. because he was so close with Clive
You didn't
Staples
tell me that
Lewis.
the author had to
You have to
literally die.
Look, you have to consider the ramifications of your
Right.
choices.
Okay, we heard this one on a podcast you and I did the other day. Prince, Michael Jackson, or Stevie Wonder.
I don't know enough about any of those
Right.
that I'm ready to make a decision.
I think the answer is Prince, but I also think that might be wrong.
That's because it's wrong. Yeah.
Right.
The answer would be Stevie Wonder.
I don't know.
And that's the point. Because
Exactly.
You get, and everyone has a shockingly strong opinion
Yes.
on stuff that does not matter.
Yeah, and you can generate like a very heated argument in good Christian love, of course, on Facebook, and it turns into like really fun interaction.
And one practical, amazing benefit of this is that once you have people that are interacting with your content, commenting, liking, now that signals to the algorithms of social, hey, this individual likes the content that Hope Church is sharing. We should share more of Hope Church's content with that person because we all know most people will not see every one of your posts. Most people won't see every other post that you publish.
Yeah.
And so the more that you can get them interacting and engaging and stopping the scroll, the more likely they are to see more posts.
Exactly.
Let's talk about number 3. We call this door number 1 versus door number 2. This is similar to the elimination game, but it's just 2 choices to select from. So you're getting real controversial here. Pro tip. Do not introduce real controversial topics here. This is not a Democrat versus Republican.
Yeah, don't go there.
This is a dogs versus cats.
Right.
This is a Yanny versus Laurel. This is an In-N-Out versus Shake Shack.
That one's getting into deep water.
I don't think we should actually choose on air In-N-Out versus Shake Shack at risk of alienating all of Pro Church Nation.
half of our audience.
One time I posted about In-N-Out, and it was perceived that I was sliding in and out.
I remember this.
I think I had 87 DMs that day of people losing their mind.
They were pretty worked up.
Apparently, all of Pro Church Nation is from the West Coast, and they're all rabid fans of In-N-Out, which is the correct take. By the way, I have been to Shake Shack 3 times, and I've been disappointed 3 times.
Okay.
You're a Shake Shack man?
I haven't been to Shake Shack. Yeah.
Well, you can't listen to what people say.
No, I've
all
read a lot. Before our first trip to California, I was excited about In-N-Out, but I also did a lot of reading online about Shake Shack and In-N-Out and how they kind of stack up against each other. So I am excited to try it. We drove by one in LA, but I think we were probably eating In-N-Out, so we didn't.
In-N-Out was still like in the cup holder. We still had like old fries.
Yeah.
All right. Social media template number 4 that is unusual. Prompt someone to send a text or call an individual in their life and let them know how much they care about them. So this one is a little bit more spiritually focused. It's so easy in our day-to-day lives to think about someone. Someone called me the other day. They're like, I'm in town. Do you want to go get lunch? And I said to this person, I'm so thankful that you called. It would have been really easy for you to be like, I got to get back to the office and not. But you reached out. We had lunch, and it was so great catching up after a couple of years. So this is just a prompt to say, hey, make someone's day a little bit brighter. Send them a text. Give them a call. Hit them up in the DM and let them know, hey, I'm just thinking about you. You're great. Hope you're having a great day.
It's funny because we all have those thoughts. I mean, life moves so fast, and probably maybe on a daily basis, I have one of those thoughts like, oh, I should text this person or I should do this, especially in pastoral ministry. You know, there's so many people to care for and talk to. But sometimes instead of doing that, I find myself like spending time on social media instead. And so maybe a post like this would actually encourage me to like, oh, yeah, like I should really stop what I'm doing here and do what I thought earlier that I should be doing. And this really does inspire some good personal habits. And like you said, some spiritual growth here. This is a really good one.
I have a principle that I never want to let a thought compliment in my head go unsaid.
Okay.
Because when you think about it, like I'll think, man, Alex did such a great job today. Good for him. I won't say it to Alex. He doesn't know I think he did a good job.
Right.
So I'm like, I never want those to go unsaid. And this is a great way of sharing that value with your church.
Yeah.
Finally, number 5, we call this the guessing game. Show a picture or a video, bunch of gumballs. How many gumballs in here? And have the winner get a prize. This is a great way of getting the lurkers to actually comment and engage.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't want to win a bunch of stuff? This recently happened to you with coffee beans at a festival? Or?
I mean, so you could do this online, but I mean, you could also do it if you're hosting a big church picnic or some festival or whatever. You could do it in real life. We were at a coffee festival, and there was a jar of coffee beans, and it's guess how many beans are in the jar. And I think you were. I think actually the Roasters Pack was putting it on. And if you guessed, closest without going over, you get a free annual subscription to this coffee subscription. And so I spent some time with a jar, and I counted how many beans I saw from top to bottom, like as if they were in layers. And then I looked under the jar and counted how many beans I saw in total, and then multiplied how many beans I saw by how many beans I counted up and down, added a few extra, wrote down 2,200, and I haven't found out if I won yet or not, but...
Wow, okay. Well, you definitely overthought that.
Hey, maybe it's going to pay off.
That's true.
Yeah.
5 unusual social media posts for churches. Let us know which one is your favorite in the comments below. That'll do it for today's episode of Pro Church Daily. We'll see you next time.
Hey, thanks for watching today's episode of Pro Church Daily. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you never miss another video, and hit the church bell for notifications.
And if you like this video, it really does mean the world to us if you like it.